That one finished. Sorry, we got disconnected. So we were inside, but it was too weak of a connection. Please forgive me. It was, we got cut off. Is anyone there? I'll wait for you here. Maybe it won't be disturbing if we can be here. I want to sing Prabhupada's bhajans here in a way that it's a little quiet and away from everyone else, because it's noisy there. So if you don't mind, I'll just keep this on Srila Prabhupada. Let's see. You asked yesterday. Oh, I don't like the way the light's reflecting in the picture. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Maybe if I can just zoom in on his foot and then his face. I'm just going to set it up so that we can sing his bhajans here, what he composed or compiled. Oh, wow, the light is reflecting poorly there. Let's see. Let's see if I can get in closer. Up. No. Maybe I'll do it from back further. Excuse me. From back here it might be better. No, it's right across his face now. You might have to hold this. Do you mind? Just, yeah, like that. Okay. So I have it in my bag here. Do you mind? You can see Prabhupada?
Yes.
So we're gonna sing Prabhupada's bhajans. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai and Boro Kripa Koile Krishna Adha Mera Prati. These two bhajans, one he wrote on the Jaladuta on the way over to America, full of hope, full of bliss, which we read yesterday, and then the one when he arrived, full of...
His face is really bright now.
Let me see. What you can do is just one time tap it. Okay? Just tap it once. If you tap it twice, it'll film you. So, maybe Jiva Pavana Prabhu, if you can, are you there? Dandavat Pranam. If you can find that bhajan. Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai is actually in this songbook. It's on page 381 in the songbook. And then Boro Kripa Koile Krishna, that will be the next one, and you can find that in KK songs. What did I say? 381?
Someone says it's a bad connection here.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, Mataji says it. So Sudevi Mataji says it's a bad connection.
Let me see, maybe I can connect it to my Wi-Fi, and it might be better. I'll try. Mobile hotspot. We'll get this, we'll get it going. Okay. Hare Krishna. Here the connection is fine, Madhavi is watching. Right, it could be. Hopefully it's better. So, one thing also, I have to plug in the battery. Sorry about this. We don't have control.
For some reason, Prabhupada's face is shining with the light.
And you have to hold it up higher. Is that okay? Your arm's going to get tired. Okay, so we're going to sing Krishna Tava Punya Habe Bhai. Maybe I can play kartal. I don't know. It might be too loud. I'll sing it without the kartal.
It's a little better.
Okay, Srila Prabhupada would sit in this place and give this darshan to devotees. So what did I say? 381? So, Gurave Gauratamdrani Radhikaya Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Sarabhaktaya Namo Vishnupadaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Śrīmad Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Śrī Krishna Lila Patanīsa Dakshamodarya Madhuri Ganeshtaristam Varam Varenyam Tudasham Mahantam Nārāyaṇa Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Śrīmate Bhaktivedānta Swāmī Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Vishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshakarine. So I'm not going to play Kārtika either because many devotees are chanting and trying to be peaceful. So I'll just sing Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. He Punya Purive Jave Radha Rani Khushi Have. Radha Rani Khushi Have Dhruvaya ki bole to mata Dhruvaya ki bole to mata Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. Krishna Tava Punya Have Bhai. Śrī Siddhanta Saraswati Shachi Sutta Priyayati Śrī Siddhanta Saraswati Shachi Sutta Priyayati Krishna Seva Jaro Tuyana Krishna Seva Jaro Tuyana Se Mohan Prabhu Jagate Ramadhe Guru Se Mohan Prabhu Jagate Ramadhe Guru Krishna Bhakti Dekha Krishna Bhakti Devotee Nārāyaṇa Vallabha Ashtakite Bhāntā Nārāyaṇa Vallabha Ashtakite Bhāntā Jate Gaurāṅgero Hoy Jate Gaurāṅgero Prithivite Navaradi তবে হই দিলি জয়, তাহালে আনন্দ হই, তবে হই দিলি জয়। চৈতন্যের কৃপা চৈতন্যের কৃপা মায়া দুষ্ট যত দুঃখী, জগতে সবাই সুখী। মায়া দুষ্ট যত সুখী, জগতে সবাই সুখী। বৈষ্ণবের ইচ্ছা পূর্ণ হয়, বৈষ্ণবের ইচ্ছা পূর্ণ হয়। সে কার্য যে করিবারে আজ্ঞা যদি দিলাম রে, সে কার্য যে করিবারে আজ্ঞা যদি দিলাম রে, যোগ্য নাহি অতি যোগ্য নাহি অতি তাই সে তোমার কৃপা মাগিতেছি অনুকৃপা। তাই সে তোমার কৃপা মাগিতেছি অনুরূপা। আজি তুমি সবার প্রভু, আজি তুমি সবার প্রভু। তোমার সে শক্তি পেলে গুরু সেবা বস্তু মিলে। তোমার সে শক্তি পেলে গুরু সেবায় বস্তু মিলে। জীবন সার্থক যদি হয়, জীবন সার্থক যদি হয়। সে সেবা পেলে তাহারে সুখী হলে। সে সেবা পেলে তাহারে সুখী হলে। তব সঙ্গ ভাগ্য নিল, তব সঙ্গ ভাগ্য নিল। Now comes the verse from Śrīmad Bhagavatam 7:9-28. Evam janam nipatitam prabhavahi kūpe kāmabhikāmanuya prapatanta sangha kritvatmasāt surakshina bhagavan grihita soham katam nudishrije tava bhritya seva. তুমি মোর চির সাথী, ভুলিয়া মায়ার লাথি। তুমি মোর চির সাথী, ভুলিয়া মায়ার লাথি। খাইয়াছি জন্ম জন্মান্তরে, খাইয়াছি জন্ম জন্মান্তরে। আজি পুনঃ এ সুযোগ যদি হো যোগ যোগ।
আজি তোমার এ সুযোগ যদি হয় যোগায়োগ
তবে পারি তুহে মিলিবারে
তবে পারি তুহে মিলিবারে
তোমার মিলনে ভাই আবার সে সুখ পায় তোমার মিলনে ভাই
আবার সে সুখ পাই
গোচারণে ঘুরি
গোচারণে ঘুরি দিনভ
কত মনে ছুটাছুটি মনে খায় দুটা পুটি কত
বনে ছুটা ছুটি বনে খাই লুটা পুটি
সেদিন তবে হবে
সেদিন তবে হবে
আজি সে সুবিধানে তোমার স্মরণ হেলো
আজি সে সুবিধানে তোমার স্মরণ ভেল
বড় আশা রাখিলাম তাই
বড় আশা রাখিলাম তাই
আমি তোমার নিত্য দাস তাই করি এক আশ আমি তোমার নিত্য দাস
তাই করি
এক আশ তুমি বিনা অন্য গতি নাই
তুমি বিনা অন্য গতি নাই
ও তুমি বিনা অন্য গতি নাই
তুমি বিনা অন্য গতি নাই
কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই
কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই
এ পুণ্য করিবে যবে রাধা রানী খুশি হবে
এই পুণ্য করিবে যাবে রাধা রানী খুশি হবে
ধ্রুবয়তি বলি তো মাতা
ধ্রুবতি বলি তো মাতা
ও কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই
কৃষ্ণ তব পুণ্য হবে ভাই
কৃষ্ণ হে কৃষ্ণ হে কৃষ্ণ হে কৃষ্ণ হে
কৃষ্ণ হে কৃষ্ণ হে কৃষ্ণ হে কৃষ্ণ হে
রাধে হে কৃষ্ণ হে রাধে হে কৃষ্ণ হে
রাধে হে কৃষ্ণ হে রাধে হে কৃষ্ণ হে
So yesterday we read a little bit about the meaning of that bhajan. in that mood of expectation, knowing that he was that person who was deputed to share the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu throughout the world, and how the world would be actually taken over by that message. He saw it, he knew it was him, and he was bringing that message, and what a great success it was. So now, how do you know that bhajan by heart?
No, I was reading it from Jiva Bhavana.
I was like, wow. Okay, so now we're going to sing this other one. Gauro Kripa Koile Krishna Adha Mera Prati. This is the one that he wrote when he arrived in Boston Harbor in Massachusetts on the 18th of September 1965. Gauro Kripa Koile Krishna Adha Mera Prati. Do they have it there?
No.
So Gauro Kripa starts B-A-R-O or B-O-R-O. It's one that Prabhupada wrote. So it should be in kksongs.org. So as soon as you see it posted, then we'll start singing. The devotees requested that we can sing these today.
Okay. Sorry, Sudevi Mataji, I'm not so good at this. I don't even know how this thing works.
Kind of like that. You just turn it slowly like this. You can even show that.
It's moving
It
the other.
wants to stay at the light. Keep this level to the ground. But anyway, it does its own thing. Sudevi also has a difficult time with it. Is it there yet?
No.
Uh-oh. B-A-R-O K-R-T-A. Gauro Kripa Koile Krishna. Gauro Kripa Koile Krishna Adha Mera Prati. Gauro Kripa Koile Krishna Adha Mera Prati. Ka koroge devotee. Ilagiya mile ka koroge devotee. Ache kichu karjo tobo e anumane. Ache kichu karjo tobo e anumane. Nahe ke no yani me e ugro sthane. Nahe ke no yani me e ugro sthane. Rajastamo gunera sabai achano. Rajastamo gunera sabai achano. Vasudeva katharuchi nahe se prasana. Vasudeva katharuchi nahe se prasana. Tabe jadi tava kripa hoy ahoy tuki. Tabe jadi tava kripa hoy ahoy tuki. সকলি সম্ভব হয় তুমি সে কৌতুকী সকলি সম্ভব হয় তুমি সে কৌতুকী ভাবে ভুজালো তারা বুঝে সেই রস কিভাবে ভুজালে তার বুঝে সেই রস এত কৃপা করো প্রভু করি নিজ বাস এত কৃপা করো প্রভু করি নিজ বাস তোমার ইচ্ছায় সব হই মায় বস তোমার ইচ্ছায় সব হই মায়া বাসা তোমার ইচ্ছায় নাশ মায়ার পরশ তোমার ইচ্ছায় নাশ মায়ার পরশ তব ইচ্ছা হই যদি তাদের উদ্ধার তব ইচ্ছা হই যদি তাদের উদ্ধার বুঝিবে নিশ্চয় তবে কথা সে তোমার বুঝিবে নিশ্চয় তবে কথা সে তোমার ভগবতে কথা সে তবয় ভাগবতে কথা সে তবয় ধীর হইয়া শুনে যদি কানে বার ধীর হইয়া শুনে যদি কানে বার And he put some shlokas inside from Śrīmad Bhagavatam 1:217 to 1:221. You may be familiar with them. Shrimvatam swakata Krishna punyashravana kirtana hridyantasto hyavadrani vidhunoti suhrit satam nashtaprayeshvavagreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavat-yutama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiti tada rajastamo bhava कामलोभादयश्च ये चेत एतैर्नाविद्धं स्थितं सत्त्वे प्रसीदति एवं प्रसन्नमनसो भगवद्भक्तियोगता भगवत्तत्त्वविज्ञानं मुक्तसङ्गस्य जायते विद्यते हृदयाग्रन्थिश्चिद्यन्ते सर्वसंशया क्षीयन्ते चास्य कर्माणि दृष्ट एवात्मनीश्वरे रजस्तमो हते तवे पायिवे निस्तार रजस्तमो हते तवे पायिवे निस्तार हृदयेरो भद्र सते रुचि देता হৃদয়েরা মন্দ্রসতে ঘুচিবে তাহার। কি করে বুঝাব কথা মর সেই চাহি। কি করে বুঝাব কথা মর সেই চাহি। ক্ষুদ্র আমি দীনহীন কোনো শক্তি নাহি। ক্ষুদ্র আমি দীনহীন কোনো শক্তি নাহি। অথচ এনেছো প্রভু কথা করিবারে। অথচ এনেছো প্রভু কথা বলিবারে। যে তোমার ইচ্ছা প্রভু করো এইবারে। যে তোমার ইচ্ছা প্রভু করো এইবারে। অখিল জগত গুরু বচন সে আমার। অখিল জগত গুরু বচন সে আমার। অলঙ্কৃত করিবার ক্ষমতা তোমার। অলঙ্কৃত করিবার ক্ষমতা তোমার। তব কৃপা হলে মোর কথা শুদ্ধ হবে। তব কৃপা হলে মোর কথা শুদ্ধ হবে। শুনিয়া সবার শোক দুঃখ যে বুঝিবে। শুনিয়া সবার শোক দুঃখ যে বুঝিবে। অনিয়াছো যদি প্রভু আমারে রাজাতে। আনিয়াছো যদি প্রভু আমারে রাজাতে। আনিয়াছো যদি প্রভু আমারে নাচাতে। আনিয়াছো যদি প্রভু আমারে নাচাতে। নাচাও নাচাও প্রভু নাচাও সে মতে। নাচাও নাচাও প্রভু নাচাও সে মতে। ও নাচাও নাচাও প্রভু নাচাও সে মতে। নাচাও নাচাও প্রভু নাচাও সে মতে। কষ্টের পুতিলি যথা নাচাও সে মতে। কষ্টের পুতলি যথা নাচাও সে মতে। ও কষ্টের পুতলি যথা নাচাও সে মতে। থাকে কাষ্টের পুতলি যথা নাচাও সে নাচে ভক্তি নাই বেদনায় নামে খুদারো ভক্তি নাই বেদনায় নামে খুদারো ভক্তি বেদান্ত নাম দেবে সার্থক করো ভক্তিবেদান্ত নাম দেবে সার্থক করো ও ভক্তিবেদান্ত নাম দেবে সার্থক করো ভক্তিবেদান্ত নাম দেবে সার্থক করো গৌর কৃপা হইলে কৃষ্ণ অধমের প্রতি গৌর কৃপা হইলে কৃষ্ণ অধমের প্রতি কি লাগিয়া নিলে তো করো এ গতি কি লাগিয়া নিলে তো করো এ গতি প্রভু হে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হে জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 জয় প্রভুপাদ জয় প্রভুপাদ 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 হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে 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 কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম Nityananda Gaur Hari Ki
Jai.
Kripal Nityananda Ki Jai, Radha Shyam Sundar Ji Ki Jai, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai, Shri Gurudev Ki Jai. Prabhupada. He wrote both of them. This one he wrote when he arrived in America. On the boat he wrote this, and the other one he wrote in the middle of the ocean on the way over. So he requested that those two bhajans could be sung today, and I'm very happy that we were able to come here to Srila Prabhupada's sitting place just behind his rooms at Krishna Balaram Mandir. He spent so much time here. He departed from our vision in this place, but actually he's eternally present. As we mentioned yesterday, and I read it again today, Srila Gurudev was telling that actually he is ever present. He is everywhere. He is present especially within the hearts of those persons who are sincerely endeavoring to follow his instructions, to follow his order, and to share his message, which is non-different from the message of his Gurudev, and non-different from the message of his Gurudev, and non-different from the message of Rupa Gosvāmī and Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he says, Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine. He is preaching the teachings of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in this world. First, clearing the path by weeding out all kinds of atheism, all kinds of Mayavadism, all kinds of things which are stumbling blocks for those who want to move forward on the path of bhakti. This is the function of Baladev Prabhu. This is the function of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Why does Baladev carry a plow? That plow is to weed out, to remove all of those hard things, the weeds and the stones and everything, and to make a very fertile place. So he traveled around the world, and you see even in the beginning, he wanted to give what Śrīla Rupa Gosvāmī gave. The devotees were so excited. You can see, it's 1965, 66, they understood what our move, what our goal, what our everything was. Actually, our desire is to become one of the gopis of Vrindavan. This is what the devotees were saying. And later on, Śrīla Prabhupada adjusted his preaching to accommodate such a mass influx of persons. And he had to teach them right from the beginning, everything. He had to teach them how to cook, how to clean the floor, how to clean themselves, how to put on clothes, how to do everything. He was mother, father, friend, guru, everything for his disciples. He even showed Shyamrani Didi, Jadurani Didi, how to put on a sari. She had no idea. If you've seen that video in 26 2nd Avenue, where she gets up and starts dancing and she's wearing a red sari, she said Prabhupada put that on her. She had no idea. So he had to dress his babies. They were just all babies and they didn't know anything. Coming from a place of illicit sex, intoxication, meat eating and gambling, and all kinds of nonsense activities. Because of his conviction and his Gurudev, because of his beauty, his attractiveness, and because he was carrying Krishna, Hare Krishna, in his heart, they gave up everything immediately and surrendered everything at his lotus feet. My father, Matiladish Prabhu, he said that he was, 17 years old, and he was in high school at the time. He still had his long hair and everything, and everyone was asking him, what are you taking? What are you on? Like everyone was taking drugs at that time, and he also used to take these intoxications, different kinds of drugs. And all of his friends were asking him, what are you on? He said he gave up everything, pot, LSD, everything that he was taking, he gave it up just like that. By the mercy of Śrīla Prabhupada. He was already vegetarian, and then they asked him, what do you want? And he pulled out his japa bead and he said, this, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Everyone wanted what he was experiencing, and all of Prabhupada's disciples wanted what Prabhupada was experiencing. What was he experiencing? Pure transcendental loving service to Sri Radha and Krishna, to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Sri Nityananda Prabhu. He was experiencing that. And by that experience, everyone saw he is experiencing that higher taste. If only one drop of that can come to me, my life will be successful. And Śrīla Prabhupada didn't just give one drop. Śrīla Prabhupada was giving everything. Every moment he was showering his nectar on the world, waves and waves of nectar. And those who are sincere, they may be able to catch what he truly gave. Our Śrīla Gurudev, Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Mahārāja, warned us that we should not prematurely say that I have been saved. If we're still attracted to the things of this material world, then we should not think I am saved. Rather, we should pray, when, oh when will that day be, when I will actually be able to receive your mercy. Aar kabe nitai chande korona hoide. In the same way, we can say, Aar kabe Prabhu aar chande korona hoide. Sangsara bhashana mor kabe tucha habe. When, oh when will you give me your mercy in such a way that my entire material existence will be rendered insignificant? My desire to enjoy the things of this material world will be removed from my heart. By that, I will be able to behold Vrindavan as it is. Srila Prabhupada taught us how we can actually enter into Vrindavan proper. It's not just by coming here, by looking around, by seeing all of the sights and everything, but really it's by taking shelter of the lotus feet of the pure devotees. Nadhajan Hari Haraye Nama Krishna Yadavaya Nama. Oh, Prabhupada sings it in such a pathetic tune, evoking such a mood of pathos. Just hearing it, you want to weep. There he sang, Echai Goshai Kori, Charana Bandhan, Jaha Hoiti Vignanash, Abhishta Puran. What is my hope? By taking shelter of the lotus feet of the six Goswamis, all of my avidya means my ignorance will be destroyed. Echai Goshai, Jar Mui Tarudas, Tasabara Padarin Mora Panchagras. That the dust from their lotus feet, this will be my 6 kinds of food stuff. Means I will subsist off the dust of their lotus feet. Tadera Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanevas, Janame Hoy E Abhilash. Serving them, serving the devotees. This is my desire, birth after birth. Echai Goshai Jabe, Rajay Koilavas, Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash. By the mercy of these 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, we will be able to behold and serve within the beautiful pastimes of Śrī Radha and Krishna. So he himself was taking shelter in such a way, and he was also bringing the entire world along with him. What he wanted to give to this world is the most unprecedented thing. The same thing that Rupa Goswami and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give. Unata Ujvala Rasan, Svabhakti Shriyam, this mood of serving Radha and Krishna within the Nikunjas of Vrindavan. Somehow or other, through the process of taking shelter of the holy names of the Lord, following in the footsteps of the great personalities, Mahājano Yena Gatasapanta, taking shelter and surrendering one's life and soul in their lotus feet, hearing about Krishna, Shrinvatam Svakata Krishna, Nashta Prayeshva Badresha Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, by taking shelter of Krishna Katha from this process, then we will be able to attain perfection. So all of his teachings, he was uncompromising in his teachings. He never deviated from the teachings of his Guru Maharaj, even slightly. Some of the externals he had to adjust. Previous to him, and Prabhupada himself says this, no sannyasi ever performed a wedding. It's not within the allowances of the sannyasa ashram to perform a wedding. But in order to share and to spread the Krishna consciousness movement, so many adjustments were necessary. Those kinds of adjustments. He had to do so many things that would be considered taboo, but for the greater good, for the greater glory of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, for the greater glory of spreading the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. Srila Prabhupada made so many little adjustments like that, but not to the Siddhanta, not to the teachings, not to the integrity of the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And he himself, his character was impeccable. His practice was impeccable. Morning to night, constantly busy serving. Even in his sleep. What sleep? You know, he was up in the middle of the night transcribing, actually receiving the message of Govinda himself, Krishna, and sharing that message with the rest of the world. And he gave us so many beautiful hints and tips. He gave us Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is showing us from the beginning, you're not this body, you're a pure spirit soul, and bringing us all the way to Sarva Dharmam Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Vraja, surrendering to Krishna. And then really, how does one attract the heart of Krishna? Becoming his pure devotee. Manmanam bhavaman bhakto madhyajimam namaskaru mam e vaishyasi satyam te pratijane triyosine. Whoever follows this path, always absorbing their minds in me, they are very dear to me. And then he brings us Śrīmad Bhagavatam, showing us how to two, or the nature of these relationships between Krishna and his devotees. And what does Śrīmad Bhagavatam bring us to? It's like a sandwich. You've got two layers of bread, and in the middle you've got the jam, the sweetness, the ras. What is that? Krishna book. So even though Prabhupada was not finished with Śrīmad Bhagavatam, still he provided Krishna book very carefully. The pastimes of Krishna, but very carefully, with all of his commentaries in there, so we would not misunderstand that Krishna is an ordinary person, that Radhika is an ordinary person, or that the gopis or any of the Brajabasis are ordinary persons of this world. They are all transcendental and divine, but yet Prabhupada knew very well that only by having a higher taste in Krishna Katha can one's heart be removed from the lower taste of the lusts of this world. Vikrivitam Brajavidu Viridam Chavishnu Shradhan Vido Nishiniyat Atavarnayadya Bhaktin Param Bhagavatim Pratilabhya Kaman Hridrogam Ashapahinotya Chirena Dhira. When any devotee would come to him, Prabhupada, my heart is full of lust, he would say, you should read the Rasalila section of my Krishna book. He would tell them this. So this is very powerful. By developing the taste in transcendental calm, then, and only then, by that medium, under the guidance of the pure devotee, can you become free from the mundane lust of this world. So one is actually transcendental love, praying, and the other one is lust. The desire to satisfy one's own senses and the senses of the people of this world. This is known as lust. The desire to satisfy and please the transcendental senses of Krishna. This is known as prema, divine love and affection. And there's a difference of heaven and hell between the two, so we should not mistake them. But anyhow, Prabhupada made Krishna book and had that distributed around the world. Even before he finished Śrīmad Bhagavatam. So it's very qualified. He put everything in there so that we wouldn't mistake it for any ordinary mundane love affairs. And then before he finished Śrīmad Bhagavatam, he felt it necessary also. We know that he only finished up to Brahma Vimohan Lila. He never even gave the 11th and 12th cantos personally. He didn't give them personally. He instructed some devotees that they can consult for the commentaries with Srila Bhakti Rakshak Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam, whom he considered his own Shiksha Guru, and that they could finish the 11th and 12th cantos. But he only went up to Brahma Vimohan Lila in the verse by verse. And of course he gave Krishna book. So the 10th canto he gave in the form of Krishna book. But before he finished Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Brahma Vimohan Lila, he was dictating up until the very end. Before he finished Śrīmad Bhagavatam, he felt it absolutely essential to give Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in 2 months, he was every day and night translating and making commentaries, having the devotees publish, edit, and paint. It was a chain reaction. Within 2 months, they made Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita, which is so voluminous. But he felt it so absolutely essential to get out to the world. Why? Because only through the medium of taking shelter of the teachings of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can one actually enter into the pastimes of Krishna. Can one understand what our goal, our hope, our aspiration is. Without Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita, one can easily misconstrue or misunderstand and make any other goal. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very clear. What does Narottam Das Thakur say in the bhajan? Gauranga Ragutipada Jardhana Sampara. He says, Gaur Prema Rasarnave Se Tarange Hevaduve Se Radha Madhava Antaranga. Diving deep into the ocean of Gaur Prema, one will rise in the association of Śrī Radha Madhava in the Jamuna. So by the process of taking shelter of Śrī Guru and Vaishnavas, Nityananda Prabhu, Śrī Sachinandan Gaur Hari Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by their mercy, then one can attain the shelter of Śrī Radha and Krishna. So what Prabhupada came to give was the same thing that Mahaprabhu came to give. And really that is to develop a mood of love and affection for Krishna, like the Brajabasis have. Prem Ras Nidashkorite Ashvada. Mahaprabhu is tasting that Prem Ras. And what is he distributing to this world? To the entire world. Kori Raga Marga Bhakti Loke. Korite Prachar. To this entire world, he wants to give this mood of spontaneous love and affection. On the outside, it looks like very rigid, mighty bhakti, because it must be like this. Raghunath Das Goswami showed by his own example Outside, the practice is impeccable. Inside, spontaneous love and affection is flowing. And Prabhupada showed by his own moods of love and affection to his Gurudev, to Nityananda Prabhu Mahaprabhu, Radha and Krishna. And he inspired that mood of loving dedication. How spontaneous, how natural, how automatic was the love of his devotees for him. They gave up everything. They gave up their families, they gave up their friends, they gave up their jobs, they gave up their positions in society. Some gave up their children, they gave up their money, they gave up their inheritances, and they served day and night out of automatic, natural, spontaneous love and affection for their Gurudev. So even through this medium, he was showing them, by this, you can develop that kind of mood for Krishna. Like the gopis of Vrindavan, they gave up everything for the service of Krishna. It first starts with Shri Guru. Mande Guru Shri Charanāravindam. Pratamam tu Gurum Pujam. First of all, you serve Shri Gurudev. Our Gurudev Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja. He explained in the prayer defining the best definition of bhakti. Anyādhilāshita shunyam jnana karmadyanavritam anukulyena krishnānushīlanam bhakti putama. The pure bhakti is actually what is exclusively for Krishna's happiness, pleasure, and benefit, without desire for anything else. It's not covered by anything. It is only for his happiness and his pleasure. But first and foremost, this must be practiced at the lotus feet of Shri Guru. And he will take those moods, he will purify them, he will purify our hearts, and he will make us qualified to one day serve Shri Radha and Krishna. So this is the promise of our Rupanuga Guru Varga, and this is the promise of Srila Prabhupada, that birth after birth I will come for you. I will help you. I will help to purify you. And one day I will bring you into the service of Śrī Satyavrata Muni, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Śrī Radha and Krishna. He said in his purport to Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari that our Krishna consciousness movement, he said, this Krishna consciousness movement is how to become one of the Gopi Jana Balabha, Girivaradhari. So Krishna lifting Govardhan Hill. This is also very amazing because here in this place, in Prabhupada's room, what was he begging for? Just before departing from this world, I want to go to Govardhan. He wanted to go to Govardhan. How? On a bullock cart. And the devotees were like, you're in such a fragile condition, you may not even survive the ride. But Prabhupada was like, I want to take me to Govardhan, take me to Govardhan. So our Gurudev Śrīla Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, whom Prabhupada requested, give me samadhi with your own hand. And you can see in all the videos, he was there, orchestrating everything. He was giving samadhi with his own hand. He said, why is Prabhupada requesting to go to Govardhan? Why? Because his mood is the same as that of his Gurudev and all of our Guru Varga. Up to Rupa Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Sanatana Gosvāmī, Bhaktivedānta Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Narottam Das Thakur, Lokanath Goswami, the same, like them. Why? What does he want to see? Pramadamadana Leela Kandare Kandarete Rachayati Navajunordvanno Masminna Mandam Itikila Kalanakam Lagnakaspadvayorme Nijanikitani Vasam Dehi Govardhanatvam. What is going on in Govardhan? In the caves of Govardhan, near Radha. This is the Madhyan Lila, the midday pastimes of Radha and Krishna, the highest, most concentrated ecstasy. Srila Prabhupada again and again said that we are following the line of Rupa Goswami. So praying to be a true Rupa Anuga, follower of Rupa Goswami. This is the mood of all Rupa Anuga Vaishnavas. And this bhakti is what he wanted to give. He wanted to give what his Gurudev came to give. Namaste, what is it? Varshabhani Devi Daitaya Chapade Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhavenama Madhurya Ujvala Premanya Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida. Madhurya Ujvala, the brilliance of Madhurya Ras. This is Shri Rupanuga Bhakti. Serving in that Ras, Shri Rupanuga Bhaktida. So what his Gurudev is giving him? He always said, I'm not concocting anything. I am giving it as it is. That means I am not changing one thing. Not one thing. So that means he is carrying the mood of his Gurudev in his heart. and he's sharing what his guru and what his guru and what his guru parampara has given him. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is giving to this world also. Śrī Dāmodara Bhakti. And this was his hope for all, that one day we may come to the point of developing this mood of spontaneous loving affection for Krishna, especially in the way that the Brajabasis, not just the Brajabasis, but which Brajabasis, the most near and dear to Krishna, that is the Brajagopis. Ramya Kachit Upasana Brajavadhu Vargena Yakalpita. The opinion of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is that the highest form of worship to Krishna, which is most pleasing to him, which Krishna himself even says, I cannot repay you for, is the mood of the love and affection that the Braja Gopis have for him, the young married Gopis of Braj. So Srila Prabhupada wanted to awaken this mood in the world, to give what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give, especially what Rupa Gosvāmī came to give. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamakyam Dadātu Swapadantikam. What is that? The Manobhishta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This was established in this world by Srila Rupa Gosvāmī. And what did he write? You see in Sri Upadeshamrita, the nectar of instruction. He gives his essential, most essential instruction, the essence of all advice. What is that? The 8th verse of Nectar of Instruction. Pannāma rūpa charita disukirtanan smrityo kramena rasanama rasiniyolchya Tishtan vrajeta danuragi janarugami kalam nayat akilamityupadesha saram. The essence of all advice is that one should 24 hours a day, without cessation, under the guidance of a Braj Rasik Anuragi, eternal associate of Krishna in Vrindavan. This is Tishtan Brajetat Anuragi Jananugami. A real Brajvasi means an eternal associate of Krishna under their guidance, in the mood that we are aspiring to attain or to awaken within our hearts in service for Krishna. What should one do? Tannama Rupa Charitari Sutyattanari Smrityo Kramena. Always remember the holy names of Krishna. Tannama, his beautiful forms, his qualities, his pastimes, and one should do intense, deep bhajan and kirtan of these names, forms, qualities, and pastimes. This is the meaning of Harer Naam Eva Kevalam. It's Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes are non-different to the Bhaktivedānta Saraswati Prabhupada Uvacha. He said this, that Harer Naam Eva Kevalam means not only the name, but the name, form, qualities, and pastimes. So, and then Smrityo Kramena Rasana Manasi Niyoja, to completely absorb one's mind, one's senses, one's everything in remembering. Smrityo Kramena. So what does this mean? Smrityo Kramena, in sequence. So eventually, gradually, first under the guidance of any pure Vaishnava, remembering what we have heard from the pure devotees, from Srila Prabhupada, from our Guru Varga. And then gradually it will change from Mantramayi Upasana to Svarasiki Upasana. Srila Prabhupada and those personalities are experiencing constantly this Svarasiki Upasana, the constant flow of Krishna's pastimes and manifesting, you could say crashing within their hearts, which makes them mad in praying. All of these divine personalities, they have this, and this is what they hope and want for us. So if we can somehow pray, take shelter, and even catch one particle of this mercy that they are endeavoring to give. This is all our acharyas ask for. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya, give me just one drop of mercy. Tumi Kripa Kori Shraddha Bindu Diya, give me Ekakem, on my own I have no strength, give me one drop of faith. Mahaprabhu gave one drop of the nectar of Bhakti Ras to Rupa Goswāmī. One drop. And Rupa Goswāmī gave one drop. So one drop, but still, even the particle of the particle of the particle, our Gurudev said, if you capture even one particle, even one smell of what I'm trying to give, your life will be successful. So Srila Prabhupada, through the medium of all of these transcendental teachings, and especially through the medium of chanting the holy names of the Lord, especially in the form, the highest form, Prematma, Abhinappa Namanamira, non-different from Krishna himself, this most powerful mantra, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Through this divine transcendental sound vibration, especially when one is entering into a mood of prayer to Krishna through this. Not only haphazardly, yes, some benefit can be there, but if one has this mood, which is written in Śrī Chaitanya Charitamrita, my dear Lord Krishna, although I have forgotten you for so many long years in this material world, today I am surrendering unto you. I am your most sincere and serious servant. Please engage me in your service. My dear Lord, from this day I am yours. If someone is chanting with this mood, Oh Radha, Oh Krishna, please engage me in your service, then the guarantee is very soon, for sure and certain, Krishna prema will manifest in one's heart. So by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, all of us, even so many in India, especially everyone outside of India, but even so many in India, came to know about the glories of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the glories of Radha Krishna, the glories of Vrindavan, by the mercy of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada. It is undeniable. It is just plain, simple fact. He is that personality who fulfilled the prophecy of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that one day my name will be chanted in every town and village. Sarvatra prachar hoive mor naam. He fulfilled the prophecy of Bhaktivedānta Thakur that one day people from the West will come together with their brothers in India, and together they would embrace each other, and then they would do Sankirtan together. He fulfilled that prophecy. Without him, what would we do? Just like we say for Rupa Goswami, Yang Kalirupa Sharirana Bharata, Tan Braj Prema Mahaniti Kutarika, Kona Kapapa Ugharata. Who would know anything about Vrindavan? Who would know anything about the pastimes of Radha and Krishna? Who would know anything about any of it if it wasn't for our Srila Prabhupada? How would we even know our Guru Dev? How? We wouldn't know anything. So by his mercy, we are receiving all of this transcendental association and divine transcendental knowledge. By his mercy, we owe a debt of gratitude that we can never repay. And so how do we repay? By following his instructions, by sharing those instructions, by whomever we meet, wherever we go, doing that thing he wants us to do, Mahaprabhu wants us to do. Tell them about Krishna. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Goro Krishna Shiksha. Chant the names of Krishna. Worship Krishna. Follow the instructions of Krishna. Prabhupada ki jai. So, I feel very fortunate that we were able to come here. I don't know if we'll lose connection inside. I wanted to show you his books. There's so many different versions of his books inside from so many different languages. But if we go inside, we may lose connection. So I'll bring you in and show you quickly. Hopefully we don't lose connection because I have it connected to the Wi-Fi coming off of my phone. So that might be a possibility. I would like to show you his books. And then we will go back to Gopinath Bhavan and do the 3 Ashtakams. No? Actually, we can do it here, no? Are you cold? You cold?
No.
Okay. So I don't want to disturb anyone, but we can sing out here, if you don't mind. Is your arm getting tired yet?
No.
You sure?
Yes.
You wait until after 20 days of holding it like that. So we can sing Namami Nandanandana. Here. We just glorify Shri Gurudev Nityananda Mahaprabhu. So we're going to sing Nārāyaṇa, then Radha Kārtika Stavaraja, then Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. 289, 285, then 290. And we'll try to sing it quietly, so we don't disturb anyone. Page 289. Sarvatra-mandalam Sukarnarathnakundalam Sucharchitanga-chandanam Namami Nandanandanam Sudibhanetra-pankajam Shikishikandamubhajam Ananga-koti-mohanam Namami Nandanandanam Sudhasitagramotikam Swachandanam Papantikam Navambudanga-shinkaram Namami Nandanandanam Karena Veduranchitam Gati-karindra-ganjitam Lukula-pita-shobhanam Namami Nandanandanam Vibhanga-deha-sundaram Nakhaduti-sudhakaram Amulya-ratna-bhushanam Namami Nandanandanam Sugandhayanga-saurabham Muro-virajiko-shubham Surat-śrīvatsalancanam Namami Nandanandanam Shridāvana-sunagaram Vilasanudavasasam Surendra-garva-mochanam Namami Nandanandanam Vrajandana-sunayakam Sada-sukha-pradayakam Jaganmana-pralodhanam Namami Nandanandanam Śrī-Dāmodarāṣṭakam Patidya-śvadhayam-vitam Karedbhava-bhundustaram Labhikadam-rijumakam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam Namami Nandanandanam. Page 285, Munindra Vrinda Vandite. This is the month of Srimati Radhika. It is known as Urja Vraj, the month of Srimati Radhika, Kartik. We will pray. Munindra Vrinda Vandite Triloka Shoka Harini Prasanna Vatra Pankaje Nikunja Bhuvilasini Vrajendra Bhayurandini Vrajendra Sunu Sangate Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Ashoka Vriksha Vallari Vitana Mantapastite Pravala Pallava Prahanurandri Komale Varadhaya Suratpare Prabhuta Sampadalaya Tada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Ananga Mangala Prasanga Bhangura Duvam Savibramam Samambramam Vidanta Vana Patane Nirantaram Vachikita Pratiti Nandanandane Kadakarishyasi Hamam Tipakataksha Bhajanam Suvarna Champaka Pradipta Gaura Vigrahe Mukha Prabha Parashakoti Sharadindu Mandala Vichitra Chitra Sanchara Chakora Shavalochare Kada Karishyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam Madun Madaki Yogani प्रमोदमानमण्डिते प्रियानुरागरञ्जिते कलाविलासपण्डिते अनन्यधन्यकुञ्जराज्यता कामकेलिकोविदे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अशेषभावभावधीर तिलहारभूषिते प्रभूतशातकुम्भकुम्भकुम्भिकुम्भसृष्टने प्रशस्तमन्दहास्यचूर्णपूर्णशोकसागरे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् मृणालवल्लवल्लरि तरङ्गरङ्गदोलते लताग्रलास्यलोलनीललोचनावलोकने ललल्लुलन्मिलन्मरोग्यमोग्धमोहनाश्रुते कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् सुवर्णमालिकञ्चितं त्रिरेककम्बुकण्ठगे त्रिसूत्रमङ्गलीगुण त्रिरत्नदीप्तिदीप्तिते सल्लोलनीलकुन्तल प्रसूनगूचगुम्पिते कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् नितम्बबिम्बलम्बमान पुष्पमेखलागुणे प्रशस्तरत्नकिङ्किणि कलापमध्यमन्त्रे करीन्द्रशृङ्गदण्डिकावरोहशोभगोरुके कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अनेकमन्त्रनादमञ्जु नुपुररवस्फल समाजराजहंसवंसनिध्वनातिगौर विलोलहेमवल्लरि विलम्बिचारुचङ्क्रमे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् अनन्तकोटिविष्णुलोक नम्रपद्मजार्चिते हिमाद्रिजा पुलोमजा गिरिञ्छजावरप्रदे अपार सिद्धिरिद्धिदिग्गते सपदाङ्गुलीतटे कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् महेश्वरि क्रियेश्वरी स्वधेश्वरी सुरेश्वरी त्रिवेदभारतीश्वरी प्रमाणशासनेश्वरी रमेश्वरी शमेश्वरी प्रमोदकाननेश्वरी व्रजेश्वरी व्रजाधिके श्रीराधिके नमस्तुते ममद्भुतं स्तवम् निशम्य भानुनन्दिनी करोतु सन्ततं जनं कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम् भवेत्तदैव सञ्चिता त्रिरूपकर्मनाशनं भवेत्तदा ब्रजेन्द्रसूनु मण्डलाप्रवेशनं कदा करिष्यसि मम कृपाकटाक्षभाजनम्. Now page 290, Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Namamishvara Sachidanandarupam Vasatkundanam Gokule Brajamanam Yashodabhiyo Yukham Ladhavamanam Param Vishamatyam Tato Dutya Bhutya Satchidananda-rupa Lasakundala Gokule Vrajamana Rudantamuhurnetram Yugmam Vijantam Karambhojayurnena Satam Karetram Muhushashakam Trirekham Kakam Siddhagaitvadamo Daram Bhaktivedānta Namami Śrīram Satchidananda-rupa Lasakundala Gokule Vrajamana Iti Drikashvalilabhiranandakunde Swaghoshamimajandam Akyapayantam Tadayeshikageshu Bhaktaijitam Puna prematastam Chattavrikivam Namami Śrīram Satchidananda-rupa Lasakundala Gokule Vrajamana Varam Devamoksham Namokshapadim Va Rachanya Prineha Varishadapiha Idante Vagurnatha Gopalanayam Sada me Śrīla Namami Śrīram Satchidananda-rupa Lasakundala Gokule Vrajamana Sidam te mukham bhojamavyaktalilai Pritam kundala smikharata ishtadodya Muhushtum pritam vimarakta-dharam me Manasya-vinashtam malam lakshanam Namami Śrīram Satchidananda-rupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Vrajamana Namo Devo Damodarāṣṭakam Vishnu Prasida Prabhu Dukha Jala Bhimadam Kripa Drishti Drishyati Vinamvatana Grihali Shamamabhyame Yakshudrishya Namami Śrīram Satchidananda-rupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Vrajamana Kuberatmajo Bhatmamurtyaiva Yathat Vayamochito Bhaktivedānta Krito Cha Takha Prema Bhakti Swakami Prayacha Namokshe Brahmane Śrī Dāmodarēva Namami Śrīram Satchidananda-rupam Lasatkundalam Gokule Vrajamana Namaste Sudame Spuradipvidhane Tvadiyodarayatam Vishwasya Bhane Namo Radhikaya Tvadiya Priyaya Namo Radhikaya
प्रियाय
नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तु नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय नमो राधिकाय
त्वदीय प्रियाय
ओ नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय
नमो राधिकाय त्वदीय प्रियाय
नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तु
नमो अनन्तलीलाय देवाय तु
ओ दामोदर राधा दामोदर दामोदर राधा दामोदर
राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर दामोदर राधा दामोदर
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर
जय राधा दामोदर राधा दामोदर राधा
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय राधे जय कृष्ण
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय राधे जय कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
गौर हरि
हरि बोल हरि बोल
हरि बोल हरि बोल
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल
जय गुरुदेव
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 जय जय गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव
जय प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद
प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद
गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल गुरुदेव की जय प्रभुपाद की जय कृपान गुरु गर्ग की जय प्रतिपावन श्री नित्यानंद की जय प्रेम पुरुषोत्तम सचिनंदन गौर हरि की जय राधा बिहारी जी की जय राधा दामोदर जी की जय राधा श्याम सुंदर जी की जय गिरिराज महाराज की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री गौर प्रेमानंदे
हरि हरि बोल
श्री प्रभुपाद की जय
जय
So we will continue from here. Thank you for bringing us to Prabhupada's rooms and his samadhi in his temple today. I can turn off the tampura now. Hare Krishna. Oh. Hopefully we'll maintain our connection if I do this right. Place it in my chest pocket here and see if it works. Hopefully it'll continue. Okay. Oh, Krishna. She did a great job holding that, didn't she? She's not used to it. So now we're going to do a walk through. Thank you, Sudevi. Let's see if I can get this straightened. Woo, there we go. Wow. Okay. Srila Prabhupada's Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada sitting place Ki Jai. Thank you, Sudevi, for holding that. It's got a nice fountain here. So now we will continue. We'll go back to Gopinath Bhavan. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada's kitchens are over here. This is where they serve him. Okay, so hopefully we don't lose connection. We're going to go back through, but I'm connected via Wi-Fi. Look, Prabhupada's receiving massage here. Hare Krishna. Sure. Oh, look, Prabhupada is walking here. Hare Krishna. And here's his beds. She let me in. She was just about to close. Prabhupada's bed where he would rest after lunch prasadam. And there's his albums. Look. Original copy. Record albums of Prabhupada and devotees. Krishna meditations. Wow. Prabhupada Ki Jai. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Where? More museum upstairs. You're going to bring us upstairs? Okay. That's the palanquin that they carried Prabhupada on before he left. They've carried him on this palanquin back to the temple. We're being brought upstairs. I've never been there.
Me neither. This
is the first. This is exciting. We're on an adventure. Hopefully we won't lose connection. Hare Krishna. Look at that. See, she's unlocking the door. I don't know if we can maintain connection here, but we'll try. Whoa. What's here? The moon is up there. It's so beautiful. Look. And there's a star next to it. Okay. We're getting a special. What is this place? He would sleep here. So this is Prabhupada would rest here. Even when I was little, when I was small, I never came up here. I was in Gurukul here for 2 years, but I never came upstairs here.
And there, night time he writing night time. Night time
Oh, he would write here on this table at night time. Wow! So he would come here. It's very meditative, and very beautiful place. Thank you. Wow. So nice. So he would sit in this place and write and use his table here. And I don't know which way to.
You know Hindi?
They know Hindi. Tora Tora. Hindi samajhte nahi. Bilkul nahi.
Aapka Indian hai na?
Me? No.
Indian hai. Indian. शायद देश में रहते इसलिए नहीं जानते सब जानते हैं समझते हैं
I didn't learn Hindi in Gurukul. Oh, okay, so she's taking us outside where Prabhupada would receive a massage. Oh, here, just here or outside? It's okay. This picks up a lot of light. Dekho? So this is the roof terrace. Where you've seen those pictures where Prabhupada would receive massage? Just here, out in this place. They would massage him. And it's just here with the view of the domes of his temple, right there. So from there, you have the view. This is the place where he would receive massage. Back in those days, there wasn't anything. It was just this temple. Because even it was a dirt road.
So this place did dry Prabhupada's clothes.
Oh, nice. Okay. They dry Prabhupada's clothes in this area here. Look at that, extra special. And look what Prabhupada did. He made the world dance. Look at how happy they are. Have you ever seen anything more happy in your life? Look at that. The world was dancing. Wow. Prabhupada ki jai. Oh, look at an original painting done under the guidance of Srila Prabhupada. Shri Radha Krishna Juga. He even taught everyone how to paint. He engaged them in painting all of the windows to the spiritual world. And you can hear 1,000 classes from Shamarani Didi about that. Now we're offering pranam here. Okay.
She was towards the kitchen also.
The kitchen.
Okay. We get to see Prabhupada's kitchen. So many Prabhupada disciples are watching around the world, but they can't come to Vrindavan, so it's nice they get to be here. On the Govardhan Puja Day, we had more than 2,000 people saw. So many devotees are coming, they want to participate. What's down there? Oh, everyone's showing up now. Look. So many people coming, visitors coming. I have my mask on. Hare Krishna. They only recently opened up Krishna Balaram Mandir and a very limited capacity. So now we're going. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. So we're just going to follow her. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You never went up there either?
No.
Me, for my first time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So these are the kitchen facilities for Srila Prabhupada. Can I go inside?
Yes, yes.
For Srila Prabhupada here. Oh look, there's a picture of Prabhupada and Jamuna Devi. I'll tell you an interesting story. I remember her very well. She was living in Sharanagati farm. Once the devotees were being a little bit... Oh, that's better. She was feeling a little bit disappointed because she wasn't living at the temple. And she was saying to Prabhupada that Prabhupada, devotees are saying that I'm no longer part of it.
Connection.
There, sorry about that. It's the connection week. So I'll just film from out here. Sorry about that, everyone. It was just one moment. So there's the kitchen. There's the kitchen. Jai. Prabhupada's kitchen ki jai. Okay, I'm bringing it back out. I don't want to lose connection. Thank you. So she was concerned about that. The devotees were saying you're no longer part of ISKCON because you're not living at the temple. And Srila Prabhupada told Jamuna Devi, thank you so much, Hare Krishna. He told Jamuna Devi, he said, ISKCON is where two or more come together to glorify Krishna. And this is really the point. International Society for Krishna Consciousness, where two or more people come together in the name of Krishna, then Krishna is present. Yes, I was talking about Jamuna Devi. Oh, this comment just came in late. So, that is told by Krishna in the Shastra, in Bhagavatam. Nārāyaṇa is telling to Śrī Narada Muni that I do not reside in Vaikuntha. Do you know the verse? I do not reside in the hearts of the yogis. Naham vasami Vaikunte yoginam hridayena cha. Where do I reside? Mad bhakta yatra gayanti. Where my devotees are making a festival and glorifying my names, forms, qualities, and pastimes. Tatra tishtami. I reside in that place, O Narad. So, two or more, or even one. Srila Prabhupada always, whoa, Hare Krishna. I almost walked over that. Srila Prabhupada Where is he? There he is. Srila Prabhupada always said that actually we don't require so many people to start a center. Only one sincere person. How do you refresh? Oh, someone else. So only one sincere person is required. And from that one sincere person, everything can be done. And guess who proved it? Right there. He proved it himself. That one sincere person. Although it appeared he was on his own, he never felt he was alone. He always felt that he was with his Guru Maharaj. And we're fortunate to be with this devotee and that devotee. So I'm not alone either. And I'm going to walk around the other way. One sincere person is enough to open up a center for preaching Krishna consciousness throughout the world. And Srila Prabhupada himself was also that person who was able to do that. Now we're going back into his rooms. Hopefully we do not lose connection. Oh, here's his cooking pots. Very nice and beautiful. They don't make things like this quality anymore. Here's Prabhupada cooking in his kitchen. Hare Krishna. This is Prabhupada's eating bowls. I got it. Look, it was made of stone. And there's Prabhupada eating at Radha Damodar temple, taking prasadam. Photo Shri Krishna Balaram from Prabhupada's prasadam table. You can't see very well. There's his pots, spoons, knives, rolling pins for making chapatis. At Radha Damodar temple, he would cook. And when our Gurudev would visit him, they would make chapatis together. Gurudev would roll them, and our Gurudev would puff them. And Gurudev really liked when people would make the analogy that Prabhupada was rolling and then Gurudev was puffing. The devotees also means helping to bring nourishment and to increase their progress on the path of bhakti. So there's Srila Prabhupada, at his writing table down here. And there's wooden cabinets where he kept his original Bengali Śrīmad Bhagavatam's, what he used for translation. And this is his palanquin that they took him around Vrindavan on. They would carry him back and forth to the temple on this palanquin. You can see how thin he was, but he never for one moment stopped his service to his Gurudev or to Krishna. Perfect example, Acharya in every way, teaching everyone from every moment of his life, engaging every moment, every breath, every bit of energy in the service of Krishna. And because of that example, he was able to inspire that mood in thousands and millions. And even to this day, so many more are coming and experiencing that. Look at Yashoda feeding baby Krishna. Look at this Guru Tattva. Balaram killing Dhenukasura. And Krishna also killing those friends with him. Killing of Dhenukasura means killing ignorance. And look at this beautiful painting. In that bhajan we sang, Prabhupada saying, Katabani Chutachuti, Banikai, Taputi, Saydina Kabihari. Oh, I had this beautiful remembrance, this beautiful thought. And I'll tell you a little bit about that afterward. So beautiful. Now they're doing kirtan here. Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vashali
Okay, hopefully this will keep working in here. So I wanted to show you the books. So many different books in different languages. And this is a testament to the amazingness of Prabhupada. These books have been translated into all of these languages. I can't even read everything, but I'll let you read it. And he's actually delivering the original books Śrīmad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, the books of our Goswamis with beautiful commentaries. I'm just showing you all the different languages. Oh, Gauranga Tumi More. So beautiful. Wow. So nice. Korean, Kazakh, Lithuanian, Polish, Portuguese, Russian, Uzbeki, Spanish, Swedish, Slovenian, Romanian, Thai, Serbo-Croatia, Zulu. Sorry? Serbo-Croatia? Zulu? Apono. Nepali, that's for you. Nepali. Sudevi, who's standing next to me, she's from there. She's a Parvati. Bengali, Tamil, Malayalam, Orissa, Urdu, Gujarati, Marathi, Kannada, Telugu. So his books have been translated into so many languages and distributed by the millions. And Srila Prabhupada was he put so much emphasis on the distribution of his books. Why? Because they're like time bombs. We met this one devotee in Italy once. We didn't even know he was at a public program of ours. And we were sitting on stage doing kirtan and speaking. And this kid in the back of the hall was glowing. And we were like, we kept looking at each other. Sudevi and I like, who is that kid and why is he glowing? And we were so like, I'm going to show you some pictures of Prabhupada, beautiful pictures. We were so impressed with how he was glowing. So we went and asked him his story. Who are you and why are you glowing? And he just kind of laughed and he said, before I was born, my father purchased a book on the streets, Chaitanya Charitamrita. And he said, for my whole life, until 2 years ago, it was just sitting on the shelf. It was never opened. Never opened. And he said, and one day I was looking at the bookshelf, and that book was glowing, and it was calling me. He said, it was calling me. He said, so I grabbed it, I picked it up, and I started reading it, and it just connected to me. And he said, and I read inside that if anyone is sincere, they should chant 64 rounds a day if they want the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He said, so from that time I started chanting 64 rounds a day of Mahamantra for the last 2 years. And that's just because there was a book on the shelf. He had never met devotees before or anything. It was just by that book. So we see that it is actually a real transcendental time bomb of nectar just waiting. And that one book can connect to so many people. The glowing boy. Hare Krishna. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Doyana Chari. He's a very good singer. Okay. Kumara Charana Lagi Kavatayagiro Shintalacha. Oh, my shoes are trapped underneath this thing. Hold on, maybe I can get it out. Oh, there. Oh. It's still trapped. Okay, got it. Ha. There's a lot of people out here, so I need to get clear. Ready? Wow. It's when everyone shows up. We're gonna go right? Okay. Hopefully no monkeys come. Look at this Baba. So, it's getting late. I want to get us back to Gopinath Bhavan so I can give you darshan of Radha Vino Bihari. So you're going to have to ride on the rickshaw with us if you want that darshan. You had darshan the other day, live? I said, did Sudevi come in? She's like, yeah. So we're going to grab a rickshaw from here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Rickshaw. Chalo. Wow. Anup is very good at bartering. It's not going to work. Radhe Radhe. Look, he wants our business. Radhika incense. Agarbatti. Take it. Radhe Radhe. You won't take him? Okay. Okay, I'm going to sit in the back with you. It's going to be bumpy back here, though. No, I want to sit here. No, maybe. Huh? Okay. Maybe I can film this all the way back. So today is also the disappearance festival of Srila Bhakti Shri Rup Siddhanti Maharaj. I'm going to try to hold this still so you get a view of this whole thing going. Oh, I wonder if we don't need this anymore, do we? Let's see if I turn it off. 1 second. Settings. Okay, we're back on the SIM card. I'm really glad you did come because I needed you to hold the thing when we were there doing the bhajans. Śrī Radha. So there you got your authentic rickshaw experience. It was better before. Oh no. Maybe I can try to reconnect. Huh? Is it bad? Is the connection bad or is it getting better? Quick. So we only have a few minutes before 8. It'll take a few minutes to settle. Okay, we'll do a little kirtan right now. It's fine now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hey! You're on film. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Kaliya Harat ki jai. This is a place for Krishna. Defeated Kaliya. Hare Krishna, Baba. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Madan Mohan Temple, come and see it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Banki Bihari is down this route here. This is the route to Banki Bihari.
कृपया एक पंक्ति बनाकर चले, एक से दूसरे व्यक्ति के बीच दूरी बनाएं।
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Oh, bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Jaya Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. Nimlitala Gopinath Bhavan. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. So we have to pay him how much? Huh? 50. I have 100. You have 50? Okay. I have something. Here. You have something, Sudevi?
Yes, I have something.
Here. Bolo Hare Krishna. So stand under the light so I can, and you guys can pull your masks off. You're far enough away from me. Chalo. Stand from this side. Down, down. There you go. So everyone, close together. You're too far away. You can't see you.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, he's really that much taller than her. But he's really, really tall. She's there. Come closer. So this is Sudevi and Anup Krishna. And they are Braj Cow Seva. Pure Cow Seva, sorry. I was just going to say the cow people. So Pure Cow Seva. Smile. Has, has. They're serving the cows and the dogs and the monkeys and the Vaishnavas every single day all over Vrindavan and Govardhan. So if you feel inclined, you can look them up online. Anup Krishna Das, Sudevi Dasi, or Anandini Jagannath, Jagana. It's almost Jagannath. And Anandini Jagannath, she's one of the main orchestrators to help them. So if you want your seva to go toward the cows and the other animals, and also the Vaishnavas in Vrindavan, they do seva constantly. When I grow up, I want to be just like them. I want to serve the Brijvasis and the Vaishnavas. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna. Dandavad. Radhe Radhe. So now I'm going to go back inside, and we're going to have darshan of Radha Bino Bihari. Thank you for coming with me. Radhe Radhe. Huh?
Thank you for taking us with you.
Thank you. Okay, Anupji, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much for your association.
Thank you for your association. Okay. Dandavat Pranam, Hare Krishna.
Doing, Prabhu?
We're online.
Oh, okay.
Dandavat Pranam, Dandavat.
I'm chanting. आप यहीं रुकिए, गोपीनाथ।
Okay, we're going back inside now. Radhe Radhe. And if you look up, look at the moon up there.
Quickly.
Yes. Okay.
चलो, 1 minute बचा है।
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now we're going back in. It's getting late. So, and I don't think we're going to have to be quiet because it's already late. But anyhow, I wanted to give you darshan of Radha Vino Bihari. So, oh, did I bring the keys? Oh, it's still unlocked. There's only one devotee there. Okay, everyone be quiet. This is our nightly pastime. In Gopinath Bhavan, look, even they're close. But Shashikala Didi, Radhe Radhe. Tell her all devotees Radhe Radhe. Hari Hari Bol. Okay, it's going to be dark for a little bit. I've memorized the steps so I don't have to, I can go in the dark without a light, knowing how many steps there are, but the lights might be on. Radhe Radhe, Hare Krishna, Dandavat, Dandavat. They're busy cooking. Okay. Coming up. Hare Krishna. Very dark. 5, then 8. Then 5 again. And you can see them. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And Sudevi already knows. Knock, knock. Hare Krishna. We are home. Radha Vino Bihari Chuki Jai.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas. I was with you the whole time.
Don't touch me. So before, I just have to speak for 2 minutes. It is also the disappearance day of Bhakti Shri Rup Siddhanti Mahārāja. That is the guru of our Bhaktivedānta Sridhar Mahārāja, who used to be known as Rasananda Prabhu. And he was a very powerful, prominent preacher and disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So, see if we can do this here without much interference. Hare Krishna. Let's see. Hare Krishna. Pretty good. We didn't even get to light a lamp for all of you.
I did. I lit it during Damodarāṣṭakam. Devotee asked me
Okay, so Sudevi lit the lamp on your...
I did it, Devotee. I did it.
Woo, woo. Okay, so... Let's see if we can do this. Hare Krishna, Dandava Pranam.
Only quickly, Kishori.
Very quickly. Hare Krishna. Testing, 1, 2, 5. Dandava Pranam. So today is the disappearance anniversary of Srila Bhakti Shri Rup Siddhanti Maharaj. His name as a brahmachari was Siddha Swarup Brahmachari, disciple of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada. And he was an uncompromising preacher. So much so that there was one location he went to in Bengal, Sylhet, where he spoke very uncompromisingly in a way that was even a little bit, you could say, derogatory toward those who were actually against Krishna Bhakti. And so he made some statements about some of Bengal's most influential personalities who were beloved by the people. And because of that, they became really upset. It was supposed to be a 3-day program, but everyone was basically, they were demanding that the program stop, and it actually immediately went to the local judge there. And basically he said to the devotees, you can continue your programs, but just be really careful what you say. Don't speak like this. So what did he do? He was talking about these very prominent personalities who are loved and adored, but they were preaching dharma, artha, kama, moksha, or even concoctions. And so he used specific names for them. Oh, one who is blissful in being ignorant, instead of the real name, which meant blissful being intelligent. And the other one meaning basically who's like a goat or something. Basically, he was making fun of their names, and but preaching very strongly and boldly the teachings of Śrī Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And because of that, the people were quite upset and they were protesting. So Srila Bhaktivedānta Bharati Maharaj said that the other two devotees who were there with him were Hayagriva Prabhu, who became later known as Bhaktivedānta Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj. And they were there also as speakers. And so Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj kind of had to defend what Sri Siddhaswarup Brahmachari had spoken at the time, without saying that he said anything wrong, but he actually just said that this must be done. That even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he defeated all kinds of misconceptions, and even from our four Sampradaya Acharyas, he refined their conceptions. So what Siddhaswarup Brahmachari was preaching was the pure conceptions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there is nothing beyond it. It is the highest conceptions. And Srila Sridhar Maharaj actually said at that time that if you can give us something higher, then we would gladly embrace your conceptions. So it's not that we're just blind followers. We're following the highest path of the highest truth. And then when the message went to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada that this Siddhaswarup Brahmachari had preached like this, somebody had complained that all of our preaching has been disturbed. And when Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada heard what he had spoken, he said, as far as I'm concerned, he's done million rupees worth of preaching by preaching strongly like that, the straight truth. So this Bhakti Shri Rup Siddhanti Maharaj was very, very powerful and uncompromising. It is said that in his Upadesh Avali, he actually writes, you will understand the true nature of any disciple after the departure of their Gurudev. When Gurudev is present, everyone behaves really nicely, don't they? It's the way it is. Everyone's like, Jai Gurudev. Even if we're nonsense most of the time, when we come in front of Gurudev, then everyone's like, pure devotees. Everyone's serving and they've got their tilak on and they're not going out. They're taking prasadam there. They're going to Mangalarti for the 3 or 4 days or 5 days of the festival. And then they go back to their normal ways. So he said, you will really understand the nature of any disciple after the disappearance of Gurudev. Meaning, how will they be after? There's a saying in English, when the cat's away, the mice will play. So how will you be when your guru is physically not present? He said, then you can understand the true nature. And if you read through his Upadeshavali, means the instructions, his main instructions, you'll see that he's delineated what kind of personalities, what kind of mood one should have to actually be a real disciple versus those who are actually using their guru to prop themselves up for name, position, for money, or anything else. And you will see, how will you notice? After the departure of Gurudev, how soon and how quickly the moods of Sri Guru are twisted or changed or rejected. And different groups start. As Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Gosvāmī, he said, the beginning of a schism means a cut or a split is when someone is not following the order or the teachings of their guru as it is. So Srila Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada, he was very fond of quoting that because he himself was claiming, I am following as it is, where so many may have been adjusting this way or that way. And we see how easily after the time of Sri Guru, when things start to change, the essential foundational conceptions and teachings of Sri Gurudev begin to be twisted and changed. And then just like any political movement of the world today, and you can see it very clearly, anyone can say anything and twist it and then say, well, this is really what it is. And people will believe whatever they want to believe. But there is still such a thing as the reality. So Srila Bhakti Shri Rup Siddhanti Maharaj very powerfully preached, very powerfully maintained the teachings of his Gurudev Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Prabhupada and did not compromise. And so I did not have much of a chance to go more deeply into his life and teachings today, and also it's very late. So, oh my God, it's late. So, Dandavat Pranam. Śrīla Bhakti Śrī Satyavrata Gosvāmī Mahārāja ki jai. Tadiya Tirobha Maha Mahotsava ki jai. So, it's okay. We'll just do a very quick Hare Krishna. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That was better. Śrī Dāmodara ki jai, Śrī Dāmodara ki jai, Bhagwan Guru ki jai, Bhaktivedānta Śrī Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Prem Purushottam Śrī Dāmodara ki jai, Radha Bihari ki jai, Radha ki jai, Giriraj Mahārāja ki jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, Hare Krishna Mahantra ki jai, Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Om. Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti, Govinda Damodara Madhaveti. Bolo Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe, Radhe Radhe Radhe, Jai 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 Shri Radhe. Shri Vrindavan Bihari Lal ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Shyam Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. So thank you all very much for being with us today and giving us the opportunity to go to Srila Prabhupada's Samadhis, his temple. They actually let me film inside. No one stopped me. And his rooms to remember some of his glories. His glories are unlimited. And also to remember the teachings of our beloved Gurudev and our Guru Varga. We are indebted to you all for every day giving us the opportunity to do this service for our Gurudev as he ordered us, that we should continue. He gave us a lifetime seva, so we are intensely indebted and grateful to all of you. We look forward to being with all of you tomorrow. Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna. Radhe
Radhe,
Radhe.
Radhe.
Radha Vino Bihari Ju ki jai.
Jai.
Shachinandana Gaura Hari
Ki jai.